Yerp, it's Perp back with another video, and finally Locke and Key is out on Netflix right now, and I've been anticipating this ever since I saw the very first trailer. That shit sold me from the moment it started. I was like, Netflix got another hit on their hands. But before I get into this review, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also follow me on Twitter at PerpMinded420. Man, this show is going to be something crazy, and this is only episode 1, so bear with me. I'm gonna try to get through this as quick as possible, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So let's get right into it. So the episode opens up with this guy getting a call saying Randall is dead, and he gets this weird looking key with flames around it and stabs it through his chest, and instantly just goes up in flames. I'm like, wow, this is how we're going to start this. I'm in. I love just how this whole episode sets things up to come in later on in this season. So then we get introduced to our characters. We have Bodhi, the young son, the oldest son, Tyler. Then we have Kenzie. Then we have their mother, Mrs. Locke. We're just going to call her Mrs. Locke for right now because I'm drawing a blank on her name. I don't think they mentioned it. They're driving to, their father's estate called Key House. Very weird old house, but it has a lot of mystery. And I really like that they kind of gave us the backstory and what happened to their father in this episode, instead of leaving it to the last episode. So we get a flashback, which this was a pretty intense flashback, that they're just sitting there like it's a normal day, just chilling. Then all of a sudden this guy Sam walks in and wants to talk to Mr. Locke, and he's just like, we could talk about this later, and it just seems urgent. And out of nowhere he ends up just opening fire and shoots Mrs. Locke in the leg. And Tyler sees this whole thing go down, and before his dad is able to get the gun away from the guy, he ends up getting shot in the process, and that's how he dies. Really tragic shit. That would kind of fuck me up too if I saw that happen to my father. So then Bodhi's outside. It goes back to present day, and he finds this well and starts talking to the well. I don't know why, but it talks back, and this is where more mysterious things start to pop off. Even the uncle that kind of welcomes everybody to the house, he's kind of shady to me. He's kind of he seems like the one weird uncle in that family. I could be wrong, but we're gonna wait and see with his character. So going back to Bodhi, and he's talking to the well, and it talks back to him, kind of freaks him out, and he goes to get his mom and say, yo, there's somebody down there, and pretty much nobody believes him. So then it skips back to their first day of school, and they're kind of nervous and kind of on edge just because their father just died 3 months ago. So it's and this whole town kind of knows the Locke family and whatnot. You already have girls talking, but there was a character that they showed earlier in this episode where this dude Scott, he pretty much was working at the ice cream parlor, tries to open himself up to Kenzie and says, hey, why don't you come chill with me and my crew and stuff, we can watch some movies. So she accepts. Meanwhile, Tyler's at hockey practice, and he really can't get the visuals of his pops being shot out of his head. And the people in this town are kind of dickheads. They're really not letting him have his space, and they invite him to a party, and he accepts because he probably just wants to blow off some steam. Meanwhile, Bodhi is back at the well, talking to the well, and this chick explains to him like there's these 3 keys, you know, one that can open up any door and take you anywhere, one that has a mirror on it, and it pretty much gives you an example of all these different keys. So Bodhi's ends up finding the one that could just take you anywhere, and he goes to an ice cream parlor and he's like, damn, that shit really works. Tries to show Kenzie, but Kenzie's not really falling for it. It's not working for him. But then he ends up finding another key with a mirror, which this is where things get really, really crazy and trippy. So he goes to the well and asks Echo, that's what we're just gonna call her for right now, and asks her about these keys. And you know, she tells him to tell your mom about these keys, and you know, you're able to see the dead with the mirror key. I'm just gonna call it the mirror key right now. I don't know the exact term. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, you know, Tyler's at the party trying to hook up with this one girl, ends up seeing things that aren't there, freaks him out. He ends up leaving. Same thing happens to Kenzie when she's watching this movie. They're talking about Final Girls. Really emotional stuff. They really are going through something. Ever since they went to his house, things kind of amplified. So Bodhi finds this new key, and these effects in this are fucking really dope, and really clean. So he kind of freaks out and shows his mom. His mom goes through the mirror, and this is where things get really trippy. And you know, Bodhi runs out to the girl in the well, which now she gets out and pretty much plays Bodhi, says, hey, give me that key, and just takes off somewhere. I don't know what she's planning or what's her goals, or you know, what she has against the Locke family, how she got into that well. I'm pretty sure they're gonna explain it and whatnot, but you know, Bodhi pretty much kind of fucked up here. And so Kenzie and Tyler get home, and Bodhi's like freaking out, like, you gotta help, you gotta get mom out this mirror. And everybody's kind of in shock and awe. They tie a rope around Tyler's waist so he can go in there, and it's really trippy in there. I really like the effects, but you know, they're able to get their mom out of there, but I feel like it did something to her. I don't know what that is, but things are definitely going to get crazy now that they know that these things exist. The episode ends with Sam, the dude that shot their father, you know, talking to the chick that escaped the well, and they're talking about this plan. And I'm really curious to see where this goes, because I'm really enjoying this show just based off the first episode. If you haven't checked out this, definitely go check it out on Netflix right now. This is definitely something worth binging. But until my next episode review, which will come up shortly after I get done watching it, I will see y'all later.